Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. Let's go. We are in an angel numerology number 7 today. I call a 7-day focus. There are many things that we can focus on, but on a 7-day, I like to bring attention to what am I truly focusing on. Later today, I'm going to collaborate with our friend Joanna, also known as the Unicorn, and we're going to talk about the Cassimi, which is where Uranus and the Sun were basically right on top of each other, and how that brings up a sense of rebellion. So stay tuned for that later on. We're going to record it and then we will post it on the Unicorn and the Fairy. That's a YouTube channel. But let's get back to today's energy. At number 7, you're on the right path. Spiritual desires and plans are correct, and they're beneficial for all of us. The priorities are in the right order if you are focusing on priorities being in the right order, where your life choices are concerned, particularly when it comes to material matters that will serve your greater purpose. If you're into tarot, this works with the card of the 7 of Cups, the Sun and the Chariot. Call in Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael as your archangel guides to pull you forward. Now, my isms: I am grounded, I am present, I am on the right path for a graceful new beginning. Vibrate with the cosmic light of heaven. And today is your canvas. Paint a day that has endless possibilities in it. We have a message from Archangel Michael this morning. Call upon my sword of divine light to sever unwanted energetic connections around you, freeing you to be your true, perfect, unique self. I release all energetic connections that hold me back. I am completely free. I would add to that, I am safe, I am free, I am safe, I am free, I am safe, and I am free. Thank God, let it be. That's it. It's incredible how much freedom there is if you make that declaration. Archangel Jophiel is with us all week long, and she's really encouraging us to look at things in a brighter, more colourful way. She's the keeper of the Garden of Eden. She's asking us to weed out our negative thinking. We've got Archangel Michael reminding us that use the sword of light that God placed in his hands to cut, clear, cancel, delete, let go of the unwanted energetic connections to people, places, situations, stories, drama. If it's entering into your mind, it has to be swept away. We are the keeper of our minds and our bodies. If you've got fear, you're at the other end of where love is. So wherever you put love in your heart, your mind, your body, and your life, fear becomes a stranger, and there's no room at the inn for fear. We've talked about Vajra Yogini being with us all week long, telling you to face it, look at it, be okay with it, not be challenged, stopped, and blocked by it. You're free, you're safe, and even if you don't exactly feel free or safe, you have a tendency to feel stuck. Just look at that stuckness. Declare that's temporary. Freedom is everywhere. And ask your guides, ask all your sacred ones to show you where the freedoms lie. Where are the freedoms? Where should I look for them? How do I find the freedom? And just by declaring it, being aware of it, you can set yourself free from all of that. Now, we're also in the last quarter moon, with the Sun aligning in harmony with Saturn right before Saturn changes signs from Pisces into Aries. So this is a good day to ask yourself what the last 2 years or so have really taught you. Have you learned from any lessons that you had to overcome? And don't forget, be very grateful to the universe for whatever you've learned. Be very grateful, even if the universe has granted you forgiveness. Even if the universe have said, listen, I know that you perhaps stepped in it and went through it, the challenges, but that was a lesson for you. Oh, here we go. Hang on 1 second. Gertrude, Beatrice, stop it. These lessons come. Now, here's a blessing from Gertrude and Beatrice. I checked in with them earlier today. They went back into the woodlands. And the woodlands is like a deep hollow in my mind's eye, what I see, with a little trickling stream, nothing too big, not like the reflection pool that they've been around before. And they are gathering small, they look like very pale violet, very pale pink, and very pale yellow, small flowers that are just growing, making daisy chains. Again, the beauty. The Beatrice is saying, go out on a nature walk, and whenever you see something, actually pay attention to it. New buds on trees, new flowers merging from the dirt. Even speak to that. Even speak to Mother Earth and nature, really, for bringing you the blessing of being able to see it. All right, enough of that. Let's get a card. That one right there is the one I want. Let's see. The broken arrow. Now, a broken arrow isn't necessarily saying that things have gone wrong. It's actually a break in the mundane. It's a break in the usual. It's a break in the traditional things. Embrace the energy of peace. So the broken arrow really is somewhat symbolic. Sort of, I mean, you almost, these images, the artwork, and I should give credit to Lily Moses for these. I think it's Lily Moses. Let me check. The artwork gives me a Native American type of energy, and the broken arrow really speaks about whatever you were aiming for, whatever you were going for, there is a chance that you can change that direction. Or if you were feeling a little bit like the need, you've got to defend your let's see, if you feel defensive, that you are sort of feeling like you're not being heard, like you want to take somebody on, let go of the need, let go of all of that, and prepare yourself to offer up peace. Just as the arrows and the swords, they talk about going to war and defending ourselves. The broken arrow symbolizes peace. And, you know, the Native Americans, when they break the arrow, it signifies they're no longer fighting. And they've made alliances. And they've made peace with things. Visions, dreams, messages that no longer serve your purpose become more peaceful. In addition, if you've been exposed to people, situations, stories which felt the need for you to protect yourself, for you to become reclusive or cocoon yourself like I have, or defend what you feel is right and what you know in your heart is right, with the arrival of this broken arrow, you're being guided to know that the energies of light are here, and they're allowing you to wash away all of this. For the longest time, well, I shouldn't say for the longest time, for the last little while, maybe since COVID, since the lockdown, since we were all kind of sequestered, things have shifted and they've changed. It's not unrealistic. There seems to be a division. Those that are trying to hold on to control and those that now have found peace and freedom. And whatever that means to you, I'm not going to get into anything to do with politics. What I'm going to get into is the peace within the soul. The soul is urging for more sovereignty, more peace, more fun, more freedom, more lightness, more joy. All of those things are in the heart of some, probably a lot more than those who are aligning themselves with fear, with control, with the need to control, with the ongoing wantedness, with the way to be greedy, to get more. We want more than other people. And what this broken arrow is showing is we are already in the cycle of peace and abundance and blessings. The last 10 days, most of these messages have all been about we are the light, the golden age that everyone talks about is already entering. And I said months ago, before the holidays, in the end of 2024, we're on the, I got goosebumps, I know, thank you. We're on the cutting edge, the leading edge of this new age that's coming. Now, many of us that incarnated to this time and space were listening to new age information coming as far back as the 50s and the 60s, when the Beatles began to write songs. And if you listen to the lyrics and you listen to what they wrote, many of them talked about this. It was very spiritually based. One of them, Hey Jude, take a sad song and make it better. That's way back in the 60s. And we moved into the 70s. And there was another push and a wave. And then the 80s, for which I was in my 20s, oh my goodness gracious, people didn't care what they did. It was the emergence of sexual freedom. It didn't matter. You could be gay, straight, bisexual, what have you. There was this emergence of fun. The music, if you go back and listen to any 80s tracks, and incidentally, a lot of that musical beat, the popular songs, they're being introduced in modern music. Disco was a huge thing. Disco actually popped up out of the 70s, but transmuted into the 80s. Fashion became really an interesting statement. Went on to become a big problem with carbon footprint. The fashion industry became a big abuse of that, but they've toned it down a little bit since. We move on into the 90s, where things kind of settled them down, went flat. Then we went through Y2K, and then in the early noughties from 2000 to 2010, this is when these eruptions began, which is where the power started, and the distraction of social media, and the introduction of reality shows, and the this and that, and the they and the them, and all of this began to the eruption. And with this wave of eruption that was coming, somewhere in there was a level of peace. People were looking for it. So you see, my friends, we've been moving through these years of going into the golden age, which meant we had to break apart the patriarchal system, and you've heard that. I don't need to go into deep details about that. But I guess to wrap this up, focus on freedom, focus on love, focus on nature, focus on what is in your heart that lights you up, and you will find more of it. The biggest issue, or the biggest nugget I can give you today is find grace, find gratitude, and embrace your conscious family, the family that you are lined up with. All of you I consider my extended relatives, the ones that I'm like, oof, these people are so lovely, the way they comment, the way we're creating a community. And that's all I'm going to say for right now. Have a great, great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.